there's some bullet points you want to make sure you hit, okay? Number one is the mindset, okay? This is not an appointment, it's a mindset. Your mindset is you got to get this person off to a fast start as fast as you can, which is what this is for. Keep in mind, this fast start should take no longer than 45 minutes to an hour max. What are you going to be getting done here? Number one, you're going to be booking 3 appointments at a minimum, preferably BPM guests, okay? Number 2 is you want to get an F&A. You also want to get some role play done. And then you want to give them some homework. Their homework is to listen to Ed My Let CD, fill out a top 25 at a minimum, and then challenge them to shoot for 100. All right? And we'll go over each one and how I do that. So number 1, you got to get your license. And this is what I say to them. All right, so obviously, do you want to wait to get paid? Or do you want to get paid as fast as you can? I want to get paid as fast as I can. Awesome. So our office standard is 1 week. We expect you to get your license in 1 week. Sound good? Yeah, they always agree. Number 2 is we got to get you 10 field trainings done. What these 10 field trainings are is you and I or another trainer going in the field with people, and we're going basically like a ride-along. And our trainer's job is basically just to impress everybody that you know with your association with our firm. So for me, like I leverage my parents, my aunts, my uncles, people like that. But mainly you want to stay in a macho market when you're going to the field trainings. So a macho is an acronym that stands for married, age 25 years or older, children, they have kids, they own a home, and they have an occupation. Right? They have a job that they make about $40,000 or more at, okay? And then I ask them on the spot, so who comes to mind that you would want to leverage for your field training? They're going to say, well, my mom and dad. And they're going to give you 5 to 10 names right there. And what you're going to want to do is you want to write them just on the side of your legal pad, the person's spouse, their name. You don't want to get their numbers. You don't want to get into it. And once you feel like this person starts staggering and can't come up with any more names, just say, okay, perfect, that's fine, you're doing awesome. And you should have about 5 to 10 names that just off the top of their head, and then move on. So number 3, do you want to be good or do you want to be great here? They're always going to say great. Hopefully they do. So number 1 is, for number 3, you want to say, we got to get your 10-10-30 done. Okay? Your 10-10-30 is great. That's going to actually get you promoted to what's called a senior associate and get your contract level up to 45%. Okay? If you're just going to be good like everybody else, do you want to be like everybody else? Do you want to be great? Just say, I don't want to be like everybody else. Awesome. So you got to get at least a 3-3-30 done. That's going to be good. And that's going to get you promoted still to associate at a 35% contract level. But that's our minimum standard. Everybody does that. Okay? So what this means is 10-10-30, this first section is business partners. And then you say, so I'm sure you're not the only person that comes to mind that wants to make more money. Of course not. Okay, so who can you think of on the top of your head that would help us expand our office that's looking for more income right now? The first 3 people are most likely going to be their best friends that they want to leverage, right? So you want to say, so who comes to mind? And just kind of like jot it down. Jimmy, okay, awesome. Austin, and just you want to jot down another 5 to 10 names. So you basically have a top 25 right there without any numbers, and you've extracted a top 25 in literally like 3 minutes without having to pull teeth, okay? The second section is families helped. All right, man, so you definitely want to get in the field. We got to make sure we're helping families. So anybody who starts a savings plan or insurance or rolls over a 401k, basically starts any kind of product with us, that counts as a family helped, all right? This last section, last but not least, is in a 30-day period. Sound good? So why is this important? Because right now you're at a training associate contract level, and from there, the contract levels goes up. And I write it out all the way up to SMD. MD is 50, SMD is 65%. So if you were to help somebody save $200 a month at an MD contract level, you're gonna make about $1,000 every time you do that. But if you do that same amount of work at a training associate contract level, you're only gonna make about $600. So where would you rather be? MD, of course. So awesome, we got to get you to that 10, 10, 30. All right? And then I go number 4. This is the last step. This is called qualifying for Fast Start School. You said you're not like everybody else, right? Okay, so not everybody qualifies for this class. In fact, only 20% of the people who get licensed with us actually qualify for this class. And there's 3 things you got to do to qualify. Number 1, you got to put together a top 25. What is a top 25? And listen to my vocab here. It's basically an organized inventory of people you want to leverage for your field trainings and business partners. Okay? So check this out, man. You already have about 20 people on here. We just need five more on an executive inventory to make sure we can get you in that class. Sound good? Number 2 is we got to make sure that we make you a client. Why? Because when you go in the field, the first thing that people are going to ask you is if you're doing this yourself. And you got to be able to say yes. Would you agree? Of course. Awesome. Number 3 is we have to get you 3 guests to our next BPM. Okay? Remember that meeting you went to last night? It's called a BPM, stands for Business Presentation Meeting. We have them every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. and every Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. Okay, so you're able to bring guests. I'm going to challenge you to bring guests, but mainly you want to attend these because you're going to be going through training. Okay, they're not mandatory, but if you want to win big here, they're not optional. Sound good? Okay, awesome. So now, man, we got to book you some activity. So who out of these top 10 would be the best candidate to help us open up our office? And he's going to pick, let's just say, Jimmy. So I'm going to go ahead and start making phone calls for him right there. And notice how this took probably 10 to 15 minutes to go through, and we got another 45 minutes to make sure we get the F&A done, get some role playing done, and give him some homework. So here's how my script goes. Hey Jimmy, this is Alex. How are you? Good. Who's this? Well, this is Alex. You don't know me. I was referred to you by John. I don't know if John told you or not, but he just took a part-time position with my firm here in Simi. And I told him we're looking for a lot of people, not everybody, but he brought you up. He's mentioned here that you're hardworking, ambitious, but mainly if the opportunity came up to make more income, then you would definitely take advantage of that. Is that true? Yeah, that's true. What do you guys do? Well, you heard of companies like Nationwide, Prudential, John Hancock? Yeah, I have. We do marketing for them. But he didn't tell me too much more about you. What do you do for work? I work at Best Buy. Cool. How long have you been there? 2 years. You like it? You love it? It's all right. Pays the bills. Well, based off what John said about you, I thought it made sense enough to give you a call, schedule a time for us to get together, show you what we do, see if you like what you see, and see if you like what we see. Are you available Tuesday night or Wednesday morning? And I'm going to go ahead and book the time. Okay? So obviously that scripting class is for another video, but I'm going to book him about 3 to 4 guests for BPM, and if I can't get him a guest, I'm going to result back to at least the one-on-one. But I want to make sure I build him a team fast, and then we'll focus on building some field trainings. So now this person's fired up. It took me about maybe 20 minutes to book 3 appointments, depending on how many people answer. Again, you want to hit a minimum of 3. So he's fired up, he's ready to go, and now I have to make sure that he's trained up on role playing. Because I leave the people who don't answer, I leave a voicemail for, and they're going to call him back and say, hey, I got a phone call from this guy named Alex. What was that about? And he's got to be trained up to really make sure he knows what to say to them. So I train him on how to say this. Yeah, I just took a part-time position. I'm brand new, so I don't know much. I referred you because I know you're looking for more income. Go check it out. Trust me, he's a busy guy. You're lucky he even called you. And I'm going to role play with that with him over and over and over and over again until he can say it back to me 5 times perfect. All right, now he has the confidence to go out there and make sure if he gets a phone call, he can answer the questions that these people bring up. So guess what we got done? We got a focus on 4. Now this person's going through the filters. He has a game plan on a focus on the next 30 days. He knows what to do. He's got 3 appointments booked, right? And so now I'm going to give him some homework. So he's gone through all that stuff. I'll probably cut this piece out. Now we got to give him some homework, all right? So look, man, now remember we got to get you a top 25. So now I bring out the top 25 list. I didn't want to bombard him at first with all the, hey, who do you know, who do you know, who do you know? Now that he's fired up, he's going to voluntarily put down everybody he knows because he got 3 appointments booked, and he's confident to talk to them. So I say, here's a top 25, and I give him a sheet, but I'm going to tell you a secret. The reason I won so fast was because I put together a top 125. So you want to at least get the top 25 done for sure to get in that class, but aim to get to a top 125. Sound good? So I'm going to give that to him, make sure that's homework. I'm going to get him on Ed My Lit CDs, and before he leaves, we got to do what? Make sure we get an F&A. Okay, so now we should have about 10 to 15 minutes left within our hour. So we're going to go ahead and get his F&A. Okay, so we went through the focus on 4. We got him fired up. We got 3 appointments booked. He's going to put together a top 25, but the next time he sees me, he's committed to passing his test in a week, finishing his online courses, and he's also done some role play so he can handle any objections that come up, and he's brand new. So this person's got results. He's fired up. He's educated, and that's my focus on 4.
Ghost.
Hey, one take. That ain't bad.